Hey girls, I'm going to attempt to do a very quick stage makeup tutorial for you guys since I did one for the boys. And boys, you can also watch this one. It's basically the same thing for corrective makeup. It's just making sure that you define your features so that they're seen and so that stage lights don't flatten you out. So again, the same way we paint shadows on our set pieces is the same thing we're going to do on our faces. So I have a clean face, no makeup, just some moisturizer. So this is how it all begins for me. And so I actually have the Ben Nye kit. So that's what I'm going to use to show you. And I am going to use my Ben Nye base and a sponge. I prefer a beauty blender, but Magnus ate mine. So that's where we are right now. So the first thing you want to do is just cover everything. So you'll notice I started with a little bit of a lighter color, and then I decided to go ahead and darken the color. My Ben Nye kit comes with 3 different base shades so that you can mix and kind of change things up. Another thing I want to note is that I have some very bright white LEDs on my makeup mirror. And so you'll notice that my camera is trying to color correct as it goes. But these are good lights to use because they kind of simulate the light that will actually be hitting me on stage. So if I were to walk outside with my final product on, it would look very harsh and extreme, but it's not going to look harsh at any point in this video simply because of the lighting that I'm using. So you want to make sure you cover everything. It looks like I'm rubbing right now, but I'm actually patting. It's just the speed that I sped this up to. You want to push everything up into your hairline. You want to go all the way down your neck. And then you'll notice I also got my ears as well. So any of your flesh right there that shows you want to make up, and you just want to make sure it's nice and even. Be careful with your sponge. It can leave little lines. So you want to make sure you just blend everything really well. And you'll see I take a lot of time to do this. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is go in and highlight and shadow. So for those of you who bought the kit, your highlight and shadow comes with your kit. So the first thing you're going to do is highlight your nose. You're going to highlight your forehead. I do mine in a triangle instead of a circle just because of the way my face is shaped. And then you're also going to highlight your cheekbones. And then I always highlight my Cupid's bow as well as my chin. And boys, if you have a beard, obviously you're not going to highlight your chin. Okay, then I go in with my regular concealer under my eyes instead of the highlight. I do use the highlight a little bit later to clean up even more. This is what I always do. But this is just kind of my thing. For those of you who bought the kit, boys especially, you'll just go in with the basic highlight. You guys have 20-year-old skin. I have almost 40-year-old skin. Okay, I'm obviously looking for my shadow. There it is. So you're going to kind of shadow under everywhere, basically, that you've put a highlight. So I like to do like a cross-stitch pattern when I do my shadow because that kind of helps you blend it not into these stripes on your face. So you're going to highlight kind of under your cheekbone. You're going to highlight your temples, around your forehead. You're going to define your nose. So you're basically drawing your nose back on. So I'll go down the nose and even around the tip of my nose to draw my nose back on. And then, of course, at the sides of the nostrils as well. I want to caution you to not use corrective makeup to change the shape of your face. This is just highlighting you as you are in your uniquely beautiful way. So you're also going to define your jawline so you don't just look like features on a neck. So we want to make sure we get all of your features drawn on. It looks kind of funny. the next thing you do is you just go back to your makeup sponge and you start blending it in. So you want to blend it enough that you don't see the cross stitch pattern on your face, you don't see the white stripe at the top of your cheekbone, but you don't want to blend it away to where you just look muddy. Again, it looks like I'm wiping, I'm actually patting, just because of the speed of things. And so you'll see how all that goes. Sometimes I use my finger. Be very careful on your nose because you want to retain that shape that you've created. Also, make sure you blend that shadow up into your hairline so you don't have a white stripe, then a dark stripe. And my sponge was just awful that I was using, so I moved to my fingers instead. Okay, this is just another chance to make sure that you have everything blended. And then I go back with the lighter highlight, which is actually lighter than my concealer. And I just do a little bit more under my eyes, so they're nice and bright. All right, next you're going to powder everything. So make sure everything is blended before this phase. So you're going to take that midnight powder and just dump it into your puff. And then you're going to rub all of that down into your puff really well. And then you are going to just create a cloud of powder around yourself. So we want lots and lots of powder. You really want to set. So the powder is really kind of the magic that keeps you from sweating and your makeup running. And especially if you were doing any type of kind of fantasy makeup or extreme makeup where you had lots of different wild colors, this powder would really kind of make sure that those things didn't run into each other and keep it nice and clean. I'm just getting more powder. Oh, no, I'm not. I moved on. I don't think you saw in the video because I sped it up too fast that I actually bake under my eyes as well for stage. So I'm just putting a little bit of light eyeshadow under my eyebrows. And then because we want to keep this nice and natural because this is not a period in time where women wore tons of makeup. All I do is just kind of really accentuate my crease, especially since my crease is difficult to see anyway. I really make sure that I accentuate that. But that's the only eyeshadow I do if it's just a basic corrective makeup for stage. And then powder it really, really well. So fill in those eyebrows. Even if you have thick, dark eyebrows like I do, you still want to really fill them in. And eyebrows are so crucial to defining your face and the way your face looks. So make sure you really fill those in. And then I prefer to use a liquid liner as opposed to the pencil that comes in your kit. So do whatever you want there, but definitely boys and girls, line your upper lids. I just take my big brush and get all of my extra powder and baking off before I go in with my under eye eyeliner. Don't come for me. I wear Kylie blush. You have blush in your kit. If you got the kit, use that. I just really like this blush. All right, mascara does not come in the kit, but I would definitely recommend all girls wear mascara. Definitely waterproof at that. Boys, I think we kind of made the decision that you really don't need it. You can get by with just the liner. I did not have any false eyelashes today at home, so I didn't do false eyelashes. Normally for shows, I would at least do my corners, my outside corners with false eyelashes. Of course, if you are allergic to the glue or anything like that, you don't want to do that. But I just went with top and bottom mascara. All right, so I overline my lips just to give them a little bit more shape and to be seen a little bit better on stage. So I take my lip liner pencil and I go all over my lips, and then I actually color in after I overline them. And then I powder that to really make it stay. And then I actually used the lipstick that comes with the Ben Nye kit for this. Then I just kind of take a Q-tip and clean up anything that needs cleaned up. But that is your basic corrective makeup for stage.